right? Then whoever is the representative of that constituency should not be in a position to say, now that money put in your agency, this is the person that is going to do the job.
We were told,
whether he knows the job or not.
We were told by Senator Arishe some weeks ago, months ago, this year, that used to be the case. But
it's no
longer the case, because when those things that it's the government or the MDAs that will then go ahead, appoint whoever they want, you just go and ensure it's implemented.
That is not true.
Till date?
I respect Senator Arishe. He's my uncle. He's from Ekiti. He's this thing. But the truth and the reality on the ground is that is not true. The MDAs do not have a free hand. And if any of them has the boldness to come out, they will tell you that they are just, what do you call it, conveyance pipes. And that's part of the fear that I have for Nigeria's budgeting system.
Is there a marked difference if you look at the 2018 budget, 2019 budget? There are just some differences, but by and large, the 2019 budget, you say that it's not something that you'd really jubilate about, but it's just a little part of what constitutes the Nigerian GDP, which is about 377 thereabout $billion. So that means the private sector, notwithstanding the budget, can really get this country working and perhaps douse your fears that we may be heading for doom.
Yes, for the private sector, I think it will be up to, I don't know, I should be celebrating my 27th year now of advocating for a private sector driven, even if it remains a government-led economy. But Nigeria's economic space is government-driven. Unfortunately, it remains government-led, and therefore is controlled by government policy. Unfortunately, these policies have not, in the past few years, and I don't know how far I can go back in time, but in the past few years, policies have not really been favorable to private sector driving the economy. Yes, you can talk about the success stories of the Dangote group, but outside Dangote, name for me one other homegrown conglomerate. Everyone that is out there, if you look at it, and that's why in the non-oil export sector, people who are protesting always say that the incentives go to foreigners, because there are really not many indigenous Nigerian companies. 2 minutes walk away from here, Multitrex, the cocoa processing factory that has been under lock and key for the past 4 or 5 years, is, I think, supposed to be the biggest cocoa processing factory this side of Africa, 65,000 metric tons. That's an investment of close to $10 billion that is tied down there, that is being scuttled by policy. Policy, not funding. Of course, policy led to them borrowing and then become indebted to AMCON and this thing, and then non-implementation of policy also has told not only them, but the entire non-oil export sector in Nigeria. As I talk to you, in the past 5 years, thereabout, or let's say 4, since 2014, there is no Nigerian exporter who has been able to access the only incentive that should help them to cushion the effects of non-competitiveness.
Why is this the case?
No, the same thing I'm telling you, the issue of the question you ask, implementation
of the policy.
So if you now have, so apart from immediate, sorry, I just finished this point, apart from the immediate negative impact, it also has a long-term impact, because Nigeria is not trading with herself, Nigeria is trading with the world. So if you take yourself outside that space, let's assume you are even able to realize yourself, the truth is every single action or inaction sends out a signal to your trading partners, and then they begin to replan and what else.
Yeah, but as we wind down, but if Dangote was able to weather the storm, why then do you think that all the others have not been able to, in spite of those two key issues which you mentioned, policy and implementation?
Yeah.
Why is it that others have not been able to take advantage?
When you see a finished product and it's so beautiful, it's so easy to prop it up.
Was it finished from start?
Ask whether it was finished from the start. I think it will be a very interesting, what do you call it?
A case study.
What do you call it now? Episode to watch, to see you and Aliko sit down and tell you what he went through, even to battle, to persuade policymakers, to let them. Today we see the end result, and every government talking now, we say we are building this policy on our success story in cement and in sugar. Go and ask Dangote what it took for them to even get policymakers to understand that that was going to be the outcome of the steps that they were taking. So it's not so easy to say, okay, because there's Dangote there, every other person. The truth is, we can create 20 more Dangotes if we deliberate. And the word there is deliberate. I always refer to the 1993 World Bank report. The title is The Making of the Asian Tigers. It says that the governments of the 7 Asian countries deliberately decided to support the stimulation of local industry. So we must go back and deliberately, we have a Nigeria Industrial Revolution plan. Again, I didn't want to go into the controversy of whether one is continuing what the other is doing. And of course, the budget is budget of continuity.
Well, clearly, so much to say, but we'll have to anchor at this point. Mr. Femi Boyede is a certified international trade professional with specializations in export development, trade promotion, and business advocacy. He's been an advisor to 4 ministers of trade. He's also big on non-oil export, which we couldn't go into, but we appreciate your patience and for coming on the program. We hope to also have you back sometime
Hopefully.
later. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're back in a moment. Stay with us.